Warning, this broadcast may contain the use of illicit substances and swears. It is not intended for those who cannot handle opinions. Beware of the laws of your state and enjoy.
I'm your host, Slick, and I'm here with my co-host,
Amon.
And we've been gone for quite some time. Although we've had content uploading to our channels regularly, we haven't actually podcasted since the remaster stopped a couple weeks ago. And we haven't done anything for season 3 aside from 2 lives, which we didn't include in season 3. So we will be back to that soon. However, we have this video coming out on Friday, and then Saturday or Sunday following this, we will be reacting to The Death of Slim Shady by Eminem, which is supposed to drop this Friday when this video comes out, and it will be our main subject of focus today. So, on Friday, the 12th of July, you should be seeing this video as well as Eminem's album, if there are no complications with the release date. See, his first single came out a few weeks ago, and he followed that up with another single called Toby, as in Tobey Maguire, the original Spider-Man, for those who don't know, who unfortunately did not make an appearance in the music video. I was really hoping for that. Although we got some cool references with Eminem's hockey mask and the Slim Shady suit. That's what I'm going to call it. Not the superhero one, just the hockey mask and the jumpsuit, chainsaw, the classic. He did the Slim Shady superhero suit from Without Me in the first single. But aside from that, another cool reference was the house on the Marshall Mathers LP and the Marshall Mathers 2 LP. M's house. He was literally standing there in the video. Of course, it was likely green screened in and stuff. It had a crazy amount of editing, and it was a Lyrical Lemonade video. Great way to, give him a send-off, because one of his bigger videos, some of his bigger videos, and a lot of people's big videos are by Cole Bennett from Lyrical Lemonade. It's like if you got a Lyrical Lemonade video, you've made it, essentially. I don't know if that standard still holds true, but I remember a time when that was a thing. Just like if you got on XXL Freshman, you've made it. There was a point where that was a standard and it was big. Now it's kind of looked at as just a joke. Got off the rails there a bit with my talking, but yeah. Now the music video, it was actually supposed to drop last Friday. And I want to say the single before that dropped the Friday before, or the Friday before that. It may have been even farther back, but I don't feel like it was. The Houdini single. This one, Toby, which I hate saying it. I'm going to call it Tobey Maguire. It just feels weird not saying his last name too. I don't know why. But it did not drop last Friday. See, Kendrick's Not Like Us music video was also supposed to drop last Friday. And it didn't. It actually dropped on Thursday. And I thought, wow, maybe Kendrick pushed his ahead a bit so M could drop his on Friday out of respect. But then M didn't drop his on Friday. They said there was still little edits they had to make and that it would be pushed back to, I forget when it released, to be honest, because it wasn't like today. It was, Tuesday? Probably. And it was whatever day it did release. It was supposed to release at noon, which it didn't. It released at 1:09. But we finally got the music video, and it was pretty dope, I don't know if I'd say it was better than the Houdini music video, but it was nice. A lot of throwback stuff again. That's a big thing for this album. And he did put out a trailer for the album, which I wanted to mention, where he just showed himself standing by a gravestone, spit on it, and walked away. And for a minute, the lightning strikes, and it like zooms in on the gravestone so you can really see what it says. But it's like a split second. I couldn't even pause my phone to catch it. Somebody did find an enhanced photo though, and people were putting it in the YouTube comments. It said, beloved antagonist, 1997 to 2024. And I might quote this a little wrong, but I'm pretty sure the bottom said, the world feels so empty without me. It had the without me references, the point I'm trying to get at. That first half may have been wrong, but I know the second half is accurate. He did the whole without me reference, which is nice because in the Houdini music video, it was based around the whole without me video. So he kind of tied them together a bit there. And other than that, I do have some other albums and projects by other artists I wanted to mention. But before I do that, I will let Slick give his opinions on this whole Death of Slim Shady project.
All right. I apologize for the audio. Got some problems with air conditioning and stuff at the moment, so a bunch of fans and stuff running. Anyway, so with the release of Death of Slim Shady, this is supposed to be Eminem's retirement album, and based on the singles and the tie-ins and all of the references, I feel like it's going to be a pretty good one. So we haven't really talked bars much, and I, to be honest, haven't really gotten around to listening to Toby just yet. I want to, but I think at this point I'm going to wait till the album comes out. Now, with all the delays and the stuff about edits and whatnot, I could see it coming out Friday, but just not when it normally would. But I also could see it coming out on Saturday. Because I think what's happening is the labels are trying to distance themselves from all of the Drake and Kendrick stuff just because of what it did. We're looking for, they've been looking to try to space it out so they could like get everything going back to the album slate that was supposed to come out this year. I mean, I think if they don't drop it when it's intended, they're going to Kanye-ify their thing and make it so that, like, and I don't feel like Eminem has a say in it, really, considering how universal is with their deals. However, I feel like they're going to try to space them out and get them to do the whole, I'm not dropping my album yet, edits, I'm not trying to drop my album yet, samples, or whatever the excuse would be. And we all know Eminem has it all together. I feel like once this album drops, it's going to take the remainder of the attention away from Drake and Kendrick. And then we're going to get the Kanye album. And speaking of the Kanye album, I'll let Amon go back into that.
Nice segue. And yes, speaking of Kanye West, or now known as Ye, as you mentioned yesterday, I'm pretty sure, he's taken a trip to Russia, just as he did for Vultures 1 when he took a trip to Japan and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and some other albums. He always goes big. And everybody's been speculating when Vultures 2 and Vultures 3 will release, if ever. A lot of people have actually been saying you're delusional if you think it's still going to release. However, it does seem like Kanye may make a move eventually. He always does. So we are just waiting for the release of one of those two albums, or possibly a solo album by Ye if he decides to scrap the Vultures series, which I guess we'll see what happens. I hope that even if the Vultures albums get scrapped and he drops a solo album, we get some of the better tracks from Vultures 2 and 3, because there were some good ones on there, like Field Trip with Playboi Carti, which was one of his better songs, I think. Playboi Carti did amazing on that song. And then Everybody, of course, and there's a couple others that I don't remember. Some stuff with Travis Scott. A lot of it got leaked, and whether or not it was going to be released on the Vulture stuff or not after the leaks, I don't know. But that is still something we are waiting on. And speaking of Playboi Carti, he's also rumored to have an album that's supposed to drop this year, but it's been like rumored for a while and he hasn't dropped it. And it's I Am Music. It's supposed to be his follow-up to Whole Lotta Red. So we're just waiting on it. I don't know if he's changed the title or not, or if anything has really been brought up about that since he told a fan it was supposed to be releasing a few months ago, but that's rumored to come out. ASAP's supposed to have an album. We have the confirmed Hood Poets album by Polo G, which I think his first two albums were pretty good. Hall of Fame was all right, mainly hype songs. Hall of Fame 2.0 felt like a bit of filler at moments to me personally. I could have done without it. So I'll be waiting on that to rank that on my channel. I just accidentally kicked my guitar. That kind of hurt. And other than that, like you said, this should take the heat off the whole Drake-Kendrick situation. However, judging by there have been rumors that Kendrick will drop an album this year or next because of this whole beef. Even Drake said it in one of his diss tracks, I'm pretty sure. Well, at the beginning of the Not Like Us music video, which dropped before Eminem's video, which there was probably something to do with that label-wise, as you said. At the beginning, he previewed a song, which people have been uploading the snippet or extending it and calling it Broccoli. Starts with woke up looking for the broccoli high key. I think it's keep a clip on me, that's Samachi or something. I don't remember how that next part of the line goes, but it was pretty good. And a lot of people are speculating that's a song from the new album. So I'm waiting on that as well. And I think that's about it for new albums. Of course, there's stuff coming out from smaller people I don't know of. There will probably be other big artists dropping, and there are likely artists in other genres dropping, most definitely. But this is rap and hip hop, so I won't cover those. I think I got all I wanted to mention out of the way in terms of those new albums. Oh, one more. Last but not least, I can't forget Kid Cudi. The reason I almost didn't mention Kid Cudi is because he's not supposed to have an album, like a studio album, until 2026. At least that's what he said a while back ago. However, he's going to have a soundtrack dropping, not for an animated Netflix series like Intergalactic, but for his comic book series he's working on. I'm pretty sure it's called Moon Man or The Adventures of Moon Man, something like that. He released a single for it, and it's pretty good. It's like some old school Cudi stuff. So this could be like a Man on the Moon 3 if it wasn't modern Cudi, you know what I'm saying? It could be like Man on the Moon 2.5 or Man on the Moon 1.5, you know, fitting in between somewhere in the series with the feel. That's what I get from the first single. I don't know how long it's going to be or when it's going to release. You might have just heard the trash truck run down the street. That was really loud. And yeah, that's all I wanted to mention. I can't wait for these albums. I'll be ranking every one if they do drop. And until then, I'm not going to mention them too much on this channel. Slick hopefully won't either. We'll try to calm down with the Kanye meat right in here. Okay, I'm gonna be real. We don't do that. We don't take it that far. We don't agree with everything Kanye says, but we do mention him a lot on this channel. And we will be looking out for those albums. Once they drop, though, we'll probably do what we did with M's album and do like a live listening party thing for those who want to tune in, and we'll leave it up on the channel if Slick wants to do that. And Slick, I will let you discuss your opinions on this. Hopefully, these slightly longer voice notes beef up the watch time. And yeah, that's it. Whenever Slick's done, we'll roll the outro.
All right. So yes, I think that's a good idea. We're going to react to as many of these albums as we can get to. What Amon's job and my situation, although it's a little easier for me. Now, I haven't heard the Playboy Cardi album. And the new Kid Cudi project is something that I definitely didn't know about either. This is the first time hearing about it, and I will be looking forward to it. I need to look at the song that just came out. If it sounds anything like you said, like Amon said, modern Cudi, like, for example, like Blue Sky, or there's a few songs like that on Insano. Sounds anything like that, hell yeah, we're going to have some great shit going. And the comic series is, again, going to be something that I'm going to look forward to. There hasn't been any. All right, sorry, I am back. You might have heard a stoppage, and that's because right now, as of recording, today is my birthday, and I got a call. Originally, we intended to do a birthday stream. However, this is a real quick update. I have a new computer. So my Xbox mic audio, as I've seen in the comments, will be improved. Probably during the comeback episode, probably during the reaction of the Eminem album, if it drops tomorrow. Because we are going to do more of those reactions. We're going to get more on the streams. We're going to get more on the recordings. And it's going to be a lot easier. Except, right now we got to deal with the Xbox mic audio. Now, before I close out, I'm going to give one last opinion on the Vultures situation. I think if Kanye does anything, he's going to drop Vultures 2 and he might scrap Vultures 3. That's a prediction I have. I don't think it's going to happen. Anything with Kanye, anything can happen when it comes to Kanye. You never know. But it's just my prediction just because he's going to hold on to Vultures 3, probably. I'm assuming. I'm just assuming. I'm going to be totally wrong, you watch. Actually, write in the comments and we'll run a poll on this if I'm wrong on this prediction or not. I think Vultures 2 and 3 are not going to drop together. I think he's going to hold on to Vultures 3 and he's going to wait and attach himself somehow to this election drama that's going on right now in order to ride out the series a little bit. That would just be how I would do it if I was Kanye, but I'm not, and he is very much his own type of crazy. So that's something that I can't run the prediction on. However, going back to the Cudi situation, comic book series, as I was saying before, that's going to be an awesome one to keep up with and look at. There's going to be We might run a poll too to see if you guys want a video, if you guys want us to read each edition as they come out. That can be something that we do, provided y'all, the fans, want to see it. As for my final update, I might revive the Lone Stoner series on this channel. Some people might remember it, but I might revive it for one more video. I ran out of some content for it, but I've gotten a little bit now that I can work with. The Lone Stoner show about all things weed adjacent, or just getting high and talking about shit. The Lone Stoner show could potentially, now I'm not don't quote me on this, but it could potentially become a longer live show. Solo, obviously. The co-host will not be, he might become a guest every now and then. You never know, but it'll be a solo show. And music will be coming down the pipeline a little bit easier, as I will be able to use my better mic and stuff with this computer. And with that, I'm gonna send it off. I'm gonna send it off. Try to get this out. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. I know I'm quoting the outro at this point. We're gonna run these polls. We're gonna see what's up. And well, yeah, roll out.